Hi everyone, it's Kim Redding with Why Denton. Thank you so much for joining us. So I'm here at the University of North Texas at the Gateway Center with Dr. Mhlanga. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this correctly, hopefully. He's the chief instructor for the hospitality and tourism department with this section of Gateway. So if you would tell them a little bit about what you do and what your program is here.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
And it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
So for this program is a hospitality program, and our students need to learn hands-on experience when they graduate. Of course, this is part of the class that they take. It's called restaurant operation class.
Okay.
And the restaurant operation class, the students need to know how to cook.
Right.
And also to serve. However, this is not a culinary program. This is pure management, but they need to understand what goes on in the back of the house and in the front of the house later on when they want to manage people.
Which makes sense, right?
Yes.
Right.
So for this club at Gateway, I think this is our 32 years in operation. It started at the college now it's at the Gateway Center.
Okay.
So we open our restaurant from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
All right.
From 11 to 12:30.
Okay.
So we are open to the public. We are open to the public.
See, and I didn't know that. So you're open to the public from 11 to 12:30.
Yes.
And in the morning part, so tell me what it looks like for them in the morning. They come in at 8, you said?
So the students arrive here at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So at 8 o'clock, of course, so there is some management teams.
Yes.
There's going to be a kitchen manager and assistant kitchen manager.
Right.
At the front of the house, there's a dining room manager and the assistant dining room manager.
Okay.
So for me, partly I teach most of the back of the house. Of course, I oversee also the front of the house.
Okay.
So the students, they will assign the student, their fellow colleagues.
Okay.
In terms of the position they'll be taking. Let's say someone is going to make the meat, someone is going to do the vegetables, soup, salads, and desserts.
So they see how the kitchen operates plus the managerial part of it. They want to be a manager.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the tasks that they need to do.
Right.
During service, of course, the kitchen manager also goes to the front of the house to talk to the guests.
That's
to
good.
See how the food,
right.
just to get their perspective. Okay, was the food good? What can we improve? What can we improve?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking at your menu. So these are really good meals. So you have Club at Gateway salad, the chicken piccati with capers, roasted potatoes. So that's just an example. How much do you get a meal, like one big meal, or what should we expect when we come in for lunch?
So what you expect when you come for lunch is either you start with a salad.
Okay.
Or soup.
All right.
Then there's the main course that we have, which includes the side dishes.
Okay.
Then to finish your meal, have a great dessert that you have.
Oh, that's okay.
So everything is prepared by the students.
And it's a 3-course meal at lunch.
Yes.
At 11 o'clock.
11.
Okay. How much is it for us to have this, like to have a good meal like that?
So there's a 2-tier. If you don't have a ticket,
Right.
of course I will explain later on what is a ticket. There's a booklet that we sell. So we try to promote this. In this booklet, there's 9 tickets.
Okay.
And it costs $100.
Okay.
So it would translate to about $11 per each ticket.
Right. So $11 a meal if you have the book.
Oh, if you have the book.
Okay.
But if you don't have the book, the price is $13.
$13 for the entire meal?
Entire meal.
Oh, that's amazing. So you couldn't even go maybe to a fast food place and have about the same price for a healthier meal or a sit-down 3-course meal. That's really nice.
Oh, yes. This is more healthier than going to a fast food. And it's more expensive when you think about it.
Yes.
Because when you go to McDonald's or Whataburger, sometimes you won't get a dessert.
Right.
If you include a dessert, it might come to about $15.
I agree. And I agree that this is nice just to have that experience and then also for them to learn. And then I'm looking at, I think this in all walks of life, and this is just my opinion. I think everybody should be and learn how to serve, have hospitality, customer service. I think customer service is so important in life, especially when you're the person in the restaurant, someone learning from you, because you would have more grace and show respect to the person that's serving you.
Yes, customer service is so crucial. Of course, that's the most important thing that we talked about in class. It's about smiling, making the guests feel home. This is, as I said, this is home, sort of home cooking, and you want them to feel welcome.
Yes.
And those are the things that to be successful as later on as a manager, people skills is needed.
Right.
How to interact with our guests and to give them a good service. So we try to make sure that they go 110% beyond. We need that customer to come back at the Club at Gateway Center.
Well, and how many years did you say y'all were here? Has been doing this?
Since, because this program is about 32 or 33 years old. So when they started, so it has been going on for more than 32 years.
Okay, so this is amazing, and this is wonderful. They can come up to the Gateway Center, come in the entrance. You'd like them to make reservations ahead of time. So we have the number for you guys for to look at, to call in for reservations. So if you don't mind reading the number.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, to call the number is 940-565-4144. So the number again is 940-565-4144.
So make sure to come here for a wonderful home-cooked meal. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They'd like for you to call for reservations. One meal is $13. If you'd like to buy the book, of course, for this book, you get 9 tickets. So I can give that to my UNT student or their friends. And so for $100, it's really $11 a meal, and they can come anytime, but reservations are required if you don't mind to help them prepare. So this is a wonderful thing that you do for the students in our community, so thank you for doing that. My last question for you is, tell me why Denton, why here?
Why Denton? It has been a special place for me. Of course, I started in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
Then I moved to Houston. And I says, well, let me find maybe locate a smaller city that I can feel more comfortable.
Right.
Yep. Then I moved to Denton. Of course, when I moved to Denton, I started here doing my master's degree in hospitality.
Right.
In 2000 and, it's been long.
So you say 11 or 12 years?
Yeah, so I started my PhD in 2002.
Okay.
Oh no, my master's 2002.
Right.
In hospitality. Then I fell in love. The instructor, the professor that taught me, just encouraged me that I can do it. I can be also a future professor.
Right.
And here I am, 11 years later on, I'm a senior lecturer here at UNT.
Right.
And what I do, I love what I do. I love to interact with the students. And of course, I do have a dry sense of humor, and it's just a joy to see them improving. Sometimes some they don't have not a lot of knowledge in cooking.
Right.
As I said, this is not a culinary program.
Right.
But for them to understand. And one of the joys for me is sometimes when students send me an email during, let's say, Thanksgiving, and says, oh, chef, may I have this recipe for this? I want to prepare it for my family.
I love that. Yeah.
And says, later on when they send me some photos and says, oh, this is what I prepared for my parents during Thanksgiving.
Right. You've reached them.
I will reach them.
Yeah.
So reach them. So, and later on, sometimes when they go to work,
Right.
either in the restaurants, hotels, those are the pure joy of teaching.
Right.
And I love here at UNT, in terms of the faculty in our department, so great.
Yeah. You have a good faculty team here.
A great team, and especially our boss, Dr. Williams, the department chair. She's a big supporter for this program, especially for this class, because as I said, this class is open to the public. People, it's the first for sometimes for the department.
Right.
People come enjoy it and see what we do here.
Yeah.
And it's a joy.
I'm so excited to hear about this, and sorry that I didn't know about it sooner. And it's wonderful that you can reach children and teens and young adults that way, because hands-on experience, everything that you can do to get experience for life, especially if you've never been introduced to that, this is a way to do that. And then you have the community of Denton supporting you while you're here eating and learning and teaching. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you again for watching Why Denton, and please remember, as always, you belong here.